Hi, I'm Andy the Northern Diver and welcome to another episode of our weekly blog. This week we're going to be talking about how to fix a leaking SPG. I've been on several dives now in the last couple of years where I've found there's a small stream of bubbles that can be coming from this joint here. It's where your SPG or Submersible Pressure Gauge connects to its high pressure hose, but the swivel that's internal to that is leaking. Now, not always are you going to be at a dive site where you can just nip in to the dive centre and speak to the guy behind the counter and say, yeah mate, I've got a bit of a leak, can you fix this? So I think it's important, and it's not too technical of a job for just somebody with a couple of spanners and some grease to fix this and make it work and safe to dive with. So what we're going to start with is, obviously I've taken it off for the purpose of this video from my first stage, just so it's easier to sort of manhandle. So I've got two different spanners here, and it just happens to be that one is a 1/2 inch and one is a 9/16. Now, I'm not saying everyone's got a proper Save the Dive kit box. You might have a couple of adjustable spanners, but get the ones that fit if you can. So you take hold of the top of the hose on the top of the SPG and you undo that. So you're taking that apart. So as you pull it apart then, you've got the inside female end of the hose, which should be clean and tidy. And then you've got what's sticking out the top of the SPG. It's called a swivel. So if you pull that out, there's two types. There's one that has this little flange and one that doesn't sometimes. I don't really come across them much. It's always the one with this flange. There's two O-rings on there that very rarely get damaged because this is very rarely taken apart other than when you're getting it serviced. And so if you get a bit of cloth, give it a good clean over. It's either got some grease on or potentially no grease whatsoever. If there's no grease, you could see it starting to turn a little bit green with the sort of build up of deposits out the water or whatever that's in there. So if you clean that off, give it a nice little wipe down. The idea is you're going to get as much of that crud off there and crap which could be causing a leak. So blow through, just make sure there's no crap gone into the little slot that goes all the way through where the gas penetrates. Again, clean off all the threads, make sure they're nice and sort of dust and crap free. Get your tissue in there, make sure that's all nice and tidy. There's no bits of hairs or sand or grains or granules or anything in there, so that should just nip up nice and easy. That's absolutely fine. There's nothing that's going to impede them threads as you're doing it up. Now, you get yourself some silicone grease. It's important that you keep this clean, so always keep the top on when you're not using it, and there shouldn't be any debris or dirt or anything within the grease. You just need a little bit on the end of your finger. Just lubricate around that O-ring there. Swap sides, do that bit. Give that a nice grease up. Push it back into position. If you've got it all over your fingers now, it's probably the time to get it off. Now what we don't do is grease up the threads. You just want to make sure that there's no bits of lint, sand or hair or anything around them threads. Clean off your fingers so it's not getting everywhere. Wipe them threads down and then carefully line the two bits up and then nip them up to the finger tight. Get the correct spanners back on and just do that up. So that's now repaired and should work absolutely fine. Now what I suggest is, if it doesn't work fine, abort the dive and go to the nearest dive centre and get a replacement swivel. That should be more than enough. If you find that the leak's coming then from somewhere else, if there's an unnatural bulge or nick within the pipework of your high pressure hose, replace the hose. They're only a few quid. Check the O-rings at the bottom where it threads into your first stage. If that's nice and clean and tidy, there's no little threads of it sticking off, then it should be alright. But that should be enough to just get you going. I hope this has been a bit of use to you. Might be helpful one day on the dive site and you can come back and give me a big thanks or thumbs up or whatever. You can also subscribe to any other videos we've done before. Over on this side here we've got the videos from the farms and then last week's video. Thanks for watching. See you on Insta.